Hey guys, it's Skybird here, and I'm bringing you a bootleg set today. This is actually one I've gotten quite a few months ago from one of my friends. Unfortunately, I was just too busy to make a video about it up until recently. I will actually be getting a better backdrop here soon, but this will have to do for now. I'll go ahead and explain a little bit of the settings change toward the end of the video. But this set here is actually from the brand Enlighten Brick, from the line Frisbee X or Masker. I know it's a lot of words, a little bit difficult. This is not the correct box. This is actually another box that I already owned. Unfortunately, I did not get the box for this set, but I figured I'd go ahead and show you guys a box just so you guys could kind of see what you're getting when you would have bought one of these guys like 10 or so years ago when they came out. So the set's name would actually have been here, as well as the set number here. The branding on the bottom Enlighten Frisbee X. I'm guessing that's their idea of like Metro Nui, and then this is like their equivalent for Bionicle. I don't know, but Masker set here, or maybe that's their way of saying Matoran. Who knows? Anyway, we'll go ahead and take a look at the side, and it looks like there's a bit of a store-specific sticker here, just a disclaimer, and underneath that it actually shows the glow-in-the-dark function, because the disc does in fact glow in the dark. On the back end, you'll see the 4 sets. That's right, 4. There's not actually 6 of these guys, unfortunately, although they've made 2 lines, so technically there's 8 of them, but they actually show you a little bit of a suggestion of an island here, which is definitely interesting. No names, no anything like that. It's very simple, computer work here, but it works out well enough. The set name here is Enona. The set number is 223, and you can combine it with Tocha, or Tasha, however you pronounce it, to make this definitely not, totally not rip-off Scorpion Kinloka set here. So definitely interesting. That is something I could make if I wanted to. I'm not really sure you're missing out on too much though if I don't make it, so not planning on it. But go ahead and take a look at the side here. You'll see got made in China, just general choking hazard stuff and more legalese and stuff on the bottom here. So we'll go ahead and I'll just show you a quick look at the little fold-out leaflet for the instructions here. I actually really like the way that this is laid out. I mean, it's very small. That part's not great, but the fact that they fade the parts that you've already built or used is really cool. It keeps things very easy to follow. So kind of nice either way. So let's go ahead and take a look at the actual set here. And the first thing you might notice is, hey, that just looks like Orcom. But not exactly. Everything on this, except for the pins and stuff, is actually recolored, because this is not dark green. It is metallic dark green. It's a very cool color. It's very reminiscent of the 2001 metallic masks. So the gold, silver, and copper masks from 2001, in that it has this kind of flake to it. You can kind of see it there, actually. This sparkle to it. That is very similar in its like distribution throughout the mask, and like the size of the actual glitter grit, the particles in it. So it's really nice. Alongside that, the arms, the sockets, the head here are all flat silver, and they're a pretty much perfect match for Lego's current flat silver color. So really cool to see those, because they're definitely usable. Alongside that, the body, the feet are also that metallic green color, so very nice to see. And they're actually matte in texture, at least the mask and the torso armor piece here. So really neat pieces nonetheless. Definitely cool to get them and to see them. The only thing I did want to say as a bit of a disclaimer for this guy is that this is not the correct color of eyepiece for this. I did not get the eyepiece when I got this guy, unfortunately, so I just threw in the green eyes from another one of the bootleg sets into this. I like the combination of lime green and green, so it totally works out, but the eye color should be an orange-like color, as this tends to suggest. The center of the disc is actually supposed to be the color of the eyes, and it's kind of a coral orangish color, but it's hard to see on camera, unfortunately, so a little bit hard to show off. Lastly, this disc launcher here is pretty much identical to Lego's in terms of color and shape. So there's a black pin on the back to store it, but it's actually frictionless, which is definitely interesting. And the rest of the parts are all just your standard fare, what you'd expect from this guy. So let's go ahead and take a look, I guess, real quick at the mask compared to an official dark green Lego mask, the Matatu that it is based on. And yeah, again, you'll see that the colors are very slightly different. That is because this mask on here, the bootleg, is metallic. So not the same color, it's not supposed to be, but it's a really good match. If you wanted to use it as dark green, you totally could. It's not really going to stand out, but the color is just absolutely gorgeous. So let me go ahead and just throw this back on this guy and talk about why I made this video. So the backing here was actually going to be outside where I've made all of my other bootleg videos. Unfortunately, it's 20 degrees out with a 25 plus mile an hour wind, so not a great place to be. But this actually works out really well here. I'm very likely going to get a better, more solid white piece of poster board to kind of back this up and make things look a little bit nicer and kind of focus on my lighting. I have central lighting in the room, which is not great for making videos because of the shadows, but it works out well enough. The reason I wanted to go ahead and make these videos, though, is you guys seem to like the bootleg videos. I quite enjoy the bootleg stuff myself, so nobody's at a loss with that. But also, I have to look at it as sort of an investment, so to speak, because what I wanted to go ahead and get into toward the end of this video is that I am currently actually selling off a lot of stuff of mine in terms of masks, bootleg stuff. These are actually going to a friend of mine, so that's really cool. But also selling off some of my files and stuff as well. I'll go ahead and explain that in a minute, but the reason why, just flat out and quickly, is because about a week ago today, my mom actually had a stroke. I don't want to just go out there and say that. She's doing well, all things considered. You know, that can be a very dangerous and very, how do I even, I don't know how to describe it, obviously. I haven't had one, so I mean, like, but it's scary. You know, it's scary. It just, there's no other word for it. That said, she's making a pretty good recovery. She's very tired. She's very weak, but she does retain movement on both sides, so that's really good stuff. They're doing rehab for her to help her with all that. She can recognize people, like all of her cognitive abilities there. She knows what day it is. She knows her name, birth date, stuff like that. She knows who people are. She still has a sense of humor and sarcasm. She's my mom, you know. She's still the same person, which is really cool. So I'm very happy because I can't imagine how, you know, scary that would be if your brain wasn't, you know, remembering properly or doing things properly. You know, it's one of those like nightmare situations, I guess. So um, I was much more worried about that than anything physical. We can always work to accommodate her here, and that's why I'm doing this. I'm trying to kind of raise funds, obviously for medical support, of course, as well as, you know, medications and things she's going to have to take. But also to accommodate her at home, so we can change things around at the house to make it easier for her to get around. And yeah, it's gonna be a busy next several months, and yeah, so it's just kind of taking one thing at a time, but trying to do as much as I can to, um, you know, raise funds for this. And so in order to do that, selling some of my more precious items, nothing, you know, that I can't live without, of course, but making sure they're going to like friends and stuff like that, and my files. So let me go ahead and talk about that really quickly. So you guys obviously know I build a lot of Rahi stuff. It is probably the other reason you come to my channel. And though you've seen, I think, like 10 videos or something of my Rahi, I have over 150 as of like a couple of weeks ago now. And so about 140 of them, give or take, I've made studio files for. Stud.io. It's a program that I tend to make all of my sets in so that I can turn them into instructions later. However, because things are a little bit precarious and I am definitely going to be a lot more busy over the next few months, I'm actually just selling the files themselves. So if anybody wants to just kind of go out and build, you know, their anything that I've made for them, I just kind of put them together in order to sell them to people if they want them. So the way I'm running it right now, and I'll go ahead and leave links to my Discord as well as my Instagram in the description below, so you guys can find out more information about this, about the situation and stuff, and I'll keep everybody posted on my mom's condition as well. But the sale that I'm running basically is if you pay $1, you get any file of your choice. If you pay $5, you get any 10 files, and if you pay $40, you just get the whole catalog. So it ends up being, you know, worth it toward the end. And at that end, it's not even, it's for support. You know, it's doing it because it's something I have to do. You know, so but aside from that, anybody who purchases a file will also get a free Spooks file. So Spooks is my Halloween build from last year. It is my Generation 2 Lord of Skull Spiders interpretation, I guess you could say, my jumping spider one, and super cool. Everybody's like loved it a lot, so I figured that was a really good one to put out there, and it's very different from a lot of the other stuff I build. So I just wanted to go ahead and let that be the thing that, you know, people got for free. So yeah, any support is appreciated, of course. Again, I will leave links to in my description. For anybody who wants to get a hold of me, just contact me in Discord or Instagram. We'll set something up. If you'd like to contribute, and leaving a comment, leaving a like, leaving subscribing if you want to, notification, all that stuff, because I do want to invest more time into the YouTube side of things in order to try and bring in more for us. So all of that stuff is very welcome, is very much appreciated. And I appreciate all of you guys for being here. So hopefully I will have more bootleg stuff up soon. That is like the one thing that I am really determined to keep investing in. Because again, you guys really seem to enjoy it. I know I enjoy it. And it just seems like the smart thing to do. So, but until next time, guys, I got more videos and stuff to make, more things to take care of. So I will see you guys. Make sure to check out the description below. And I'll see you later. Take care.